Good morning, everybody, or well, good afternoon at this point. Um, Standing outside my house and I'm looking at the sky, and I am noticing what's going on with the sky. And if you guys haven't noticed, start looking around at what's going on with the sky, the atmosphere lately. Where I live, I notice that in the mornings there's chemtrails galore. Massive amount of chemtrails in the morning. From like 7 in the morning till 10, there will be 100 chemtrails in the sky. Look at my video yesterday from when I was picking up my son from school. It was around 10:30 yesterday, and there were more chemtrails in the sky than I could possibly count. And the ones that showed up on the video, that was only about a third of the ones that you could actually see. There were ones out further in the distance than what the camera could pick up. I don't know if you guys can see, but there are chemtrails up here, all the way back there, stretching back there. You know, there are chemtrails everywhere. And look, here comes one right now. Here comes a guy. You see him? I hope you can see. Zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in. Can you see him? He'll fly right overhead here in a second. And I believe they're hiding something with the sun. Remember, organic light is yellow to orange. And look at this sun that we have. Notice it's white. The sun is white. That's not the sun that I remember growing up with in the late 80s, early 90s. You guys remember? All you guys that are my age or older than me, the sun that I grew up with was orange. It wasn't white like that. And if you film it, it will oscillate. It will like pulse. See that guy? Look at him. There's chemtrails and there's contrails. That is definitely a chemtrail that he is spraying right there. It's funny, I start talking about chemtrails, and they spray all the time. All the time. It's ridiculous. And all kinds of stuff is going on, man. They were talking about back in September there was going to be shortages and boats couldn't get into the harbor, and you guys better go out and buy stuff for Christmas now, stock up on goods. I don't know about how your guys' area is looking with supplies, but my area isn't looking too bad. Like, my Walmart's probably stocked up like 80%. I mean, there's some stuff that there is not there. Like, I know water is hard to get in bottles. There's expensive bottles of water that you can get, like in like a liter form. But like all the Deer Park bottles and the gallons are gone. It's hard to get like prepaid cards for like my cell phone. The juice that my son likes to drink, he can't get that. But look, here comes another one. Here's this guy right here. He just flew over. And here comes another one. He'll be over ahead in a second. If you guys can't see him now, he'll be over in a second. And then so I'm looking back on it. There were shortages, but it's probably more of along the lines that if it's not coming down further the line, it was more of a fear tactic to get people out there spending their money. Go out and spend your money. You know, you don't know what to believe nowadays. You just don't know what to believe. And then now we got Biden on the news threatening the Republicans. Get ready, pal. And he's supposed to be going to Kansas to be looking at the destruction. He might as well sit this out. He doesn't help at all. He doesn't probably won't even know that he's in Kansas. You know, you get there and where am I? Mississippi? Man, Mississippi looks like crap. He don't even know where he is. Look, see that guy flying overhead now? Hope you guys can see him. It's ridiculous, the world that we live in. These politicians that are in power right now, we didn't even vote them in. The elections were rigged. You know, I can't say that I'm a Trump supporter. On the world stage, all these people are puppets. You know, they're all Freemasons. They belong to a Saturnalia death cult. That's their religion. It's a religion hidden inside of an organization. The Freemasons have a religion, the Saturnalia, and they're into astrology and numerology, gematria. They do things by numbers, and they do have certain they do human sacrifices on certain ley lines. And I support my troops 100%. You know, I am all for America. I support America. I back our troops. I back the blue, even though I have been harassed by the police in my lifetime. You know, there are bad apples everywhere. Like, but you know, on the soldiers' uniforms, there will be the five, like in the U.S. Army, the patch, the 5-pointed pentagram, and they will have these wars happen in certain ley lines according to astrology and numerology, and they will have these events happen. That's why on September 11th, 20 years after 2001 events, the number 20, the number of death, we had these events this past year happen again in Afghanistan. Right after that plane, there was a plane incident, but it hit the IRS building again. These people just could not help themselves repeat the same cycle of events. They just could not help themselves. They're power hungry, and they think everybody's stupid. And most people aren't paying attention. Most people don't even realize like their area around them within like a 10-foot radius. If you guys ever worked around people, and if they take a step backwards, they bump into you, like they're not even aware of their surroundings, yet alone like what's going on with the sky and chemtrails, and the sun don't look right, the moon's not in its right place, like the moon's been acting strange, nature's been acting weird. Like, people don't pay attention. They don't pay attention. You know, most people go right along with the narrative. Their IQ is around 80, or, you know, they're borderline R word. You know, I'm not going to say it, but I'm not trying to be funny, but they have disabilities, and our government takes advantage of that. You don't have to be too smart to outsmart our people in power. You don't have to be. You know what they're up to. You see what they're up to, and man, most people just don't pay attention. And it's sad that that's the world that we live in. And then we got CERN ripping holes through the time-space continuum. And now we have these fallen angels, these other entities, these demons coming into our space, into our dimension now, this 3D that we live in. And we used to have to invite them in by like doing seances and lighting candles, and they would have to attach themselves to your energy. And that's why, and they would come by legions. These entities are living in such a horrible realm that they don't come at one at a time. They come by the numbers. They come heavy, you know, and they attach themselves to the light that is you. But now we got CERN. Look into what CERN's done. CERN's done ripped a hole in the time-space continuum, and now these entities can come and go freely without having to be invited in. And they're selling this whole thing as UFOs and aliens. And even if there are aliens and whatnot, other things out there, what they're trying to sell to the public, this is not aliens. These are interdimensional beings. These are these are spirits. These are demons and angels and demons and things of that. Read the book Enoch. It will explain the Watchers and what's going on. So everybody, stay prayed up. Get right with God. It looks like we're living in the end days. We have what was it? The United Nations just rolled out the Beast of Revelations and put it out, and right outside the Rochester's, New York's building in New York City, the Beast of Revelation with the mouth of a lion and the wings of an eagle, and it looks like a leopard, and the paws of a bear. It's the beast of Revelations, and this stuff is coming true. And they're playing out a script from the scriptures. That's why it's called the scriptures. They're playing out a script. So they're trying to bring forth their antichrist. And when or if this rapture happens, I'm not so sure the rapture is going to happen. It might be a fake alien invasion, and they're going to say, oh, the aliens invaded and they took away all the bad people, you know. Who knows what's going to happen, family? We're just going to stay right with the Lord, and we're going to see what happens, because they're just playing the script from the scriptures. All right, guys. I love you guys.